Hello everyone, welcome you all to the Achievers Adda. I hope audio, video, everything is clear. Right, UGC NET and SET examination, paper 1 related, topic wise previous year question, which are most important repeated previous year question. We are doing it with explanation. And unit number 2, this will be a part number 2 session. If you haven't watched Teaching Aptitude part 1 and 2 and Research Aptitude part 1, please do watch it from the live session videos. It is available. And if you are first time in this channel, do subscribe to this channel if you like the content, and do share with your friends also for the best motivating. And here you can join in our groups. If you are not yet there in any one of the group, for UGC NET preparation purpose, you can join in our Telegram group as well as Telangana set వాళ్ళు Telangana set group లో జాయిన్ అవ్వండి. ఓన్లీ ఏదైనా ఒక గ్రూప్ లో మాత్రమే జాయిన్ అవ్వండి. గ్రూప్ లింక్లు ఉన్నాయి కదా, అన్నిటిని నొక్కేయకండి. And if you are preparing for UGC NET, you can join in Telegram group which is single. If you are preparing for UGC NET June 2024 examination, complete revision course, which is full length recorded course, Panchamrit revision course, with a previous year question, detailed explanation, revision classes, revision PDFs, quizzes with explanation, test series with explanation, everything is available. Both paper 1, paper 2 at a least price 2800 for the 3 months. And for only single paper, if you want only a paper 1 or only a paper 2, then 1600 it will be there in Achievers Adda platform. So highest quality at a lowest price, I would say. Telangana aspirants ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో TSSET 2024 కి సంబంధించి పేపర్ 1 అండ్ పేపర్ 2 కామర్స్ కోర్స్ అవైలబుల్ గా ఉన్నాయి. పేపర్ 1 వచ్చేసి బైలింగ్వల్ లో తెలుగు ప్లస్ ఇంగ్లీష్ ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ ఫుల్ లెంగ్త్ క్లాసెస్, కంప్లీట్ డీటెయిల్డ్ కోర్స్ ఇది. సో ఇందులో మీకు వీడియో క్లాసెస్ ప్రతి చాప్టర్ కి సంబంధించిన పీడిఎఫ్ మెటీరియల్ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం లో, అండ్ క్లాసెస్ అనేవి బైలింగ్వల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ తెలుగులో కూడా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాము. అండ్ తెలంగాణ సెట్ ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ క్వశ్చన్ ని టాపిక్ వైజ్ డిస్కస్ చేస్తాము. అండ్ ఇంకా కొన్ని లైవ్ సెషన్స్ కూడా తెలంగాణ సెట్ ప్రీవియస్ ఇయర్ పేపర్ కి జరుగుతాయి యూజీసీ నెట్ ఎగ్జామ్ తర్వాత ఈ కోర్స్ లో. అండ్ 1500 నెట్ క్వశ్చన్ పేపర్స్ కూడా నెట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ కూడా డిస్కస్ చేసి వీడియోస్ అండ్ పీడిఎఫ్స్ రెండు అప్లోడ్ అయి ఉన్నాయి. క్విజెస్ అండ్ మాక్ టెస్ట్ సిరీస్ ఉంటుంది మీకు. సో అంతా కలిపి పేపర్ 1 ఒకటి ఓన్లీ పేపర్ 1 తీసుకోవాలనుకుంటే 1799 ఉంటుంది. మే 15th వరకు ఇది అవైలబుల్ గా ఉంటుంది. మే 15th నైట్ నుంచి ఆటోమేటిక్ గా 2800 అయిపోతుంది. అండ్ పేపర్ 1 వచ్చేసి 1799. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ బోత్ పేపర్స్, పేపర్ 2 కామర్స్ ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం లోనే ఉంటుంది అండ్ పేపర్ 1 తెలుగు మీడియం లో ఉంటుంది. సో 2800 రెండు తీసుకున్న వాళ్ళకి అవైల్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. అండ్ ఎవరైతే బుక్ ఆర్డర్ చేయని వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారో, యూ కెన్ ఆర్డర్ దిస్ బుక్. TS group link is available, sir, in the description. You can check. Third link will be there. UGC NET and SET 216 rupees. This book వచ్చేసి just a 216 rupees. You can avail this book, which is magazine, revision magazine will be there. Fast track revision. You can revise the entire 7 units in a simpler manner, just like a newspaper only it will be there. So if you pay 216 rupees from the order link, which I pinned in the comment as well as in the description, it is there. It will reach all over India, anywhere it is available. So you can place the order and take this book. Within 4 to 5 days we are delivering, but hardly, maximum it may take 7 to 10 days. Within that only everybody is getting normally nowadays. Let's start the question. To avail all the courses, you can download our app Achievers Adda at the website achieversadda.co.in. Register and buy the courses. If you have any doubt, contact on this WhatsApp number 9663644708. All right. Let's review the session. Yesterday's we have done certain 22 questions. Now, next question here it is. Read the question carefully. Understand the question. Choose the options. Very good evening. లైఫ్ సైన్స్ మన దగ్గర అవైలబుల్ లేదండి. గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్, గుడ్ ఈవినింగ్. Parametric, non-parametric. Parametric statistics are more powerful than non-parametric. Parametric are assumption-free statistics. బైలింగ్వల్ ఉంటుందండి. ఎగ్జామ్ వచ్చేసి తెలంగాణ సెట్ అయితే బైలింగ్వల్ ఉంటుంది. So answer 4 is the correct answer. Why it is 4? Statistics. In statistics there are parametric test, non-parametric test will be there in hypothesis test. Parametric test is a quantitative in nature and non-parametric is a qualitative in nature. Whenever it is quantitative, we can make an assumption. Here we can make assumptions. It's an assumption based parametric. And here we cannot make an assumption. Can't make any assumptions. Here it's not assumption based, it is fully assumption based. So statement 1 is given as true. Statistics are more powerful, obviously, because when numbers are involved, quantitative numbers are involved, it is having more evidence to prove the non-numbers. So quantitative numbers are easy to prove as compared to the qualitative one. Qualitative is a description. Logic may not be believed by all, but when you speak with the numbers, everybody will believe it. So that's what parametric are more powerful. Parametric statistics are assumption free. No, it is actually assumption based only. It is purely based on assumption. Based on the numbers which is available, we'll be making various assumptions. Our hypothesis making will be done generally. So assumption free is properly suitable for non-parametric. It's an assumption free. Exploratory studies mainly aims at developing hypothesis or questions for further research. The goal of formal study is to test the hypothesis or answer the question posed. Yes, non-parametric is assumption free. Do hit a like button, guys, if you like a session, and you may hit a dislike button if you don't like a session. Answer for this question. Exploratory are mainly developing a hypothesis or the questions for further research. So answer for the question is both are true. This is true, this is true. First of all, you should understand what is exploratory design. You know this much. When you dig deeper into it, you will understand many things. So based on small known things, you are keep on investigating in detail. That comes under the exploratory, exploring more in depth from known thing to unknown areas. It is mainly a developing hypothesis only. Slowly, the more depth you go, the more conceptual understanding, the more facts you will get to know about it. And it will give us scope for further research also. That's how the investigation teams also does. Even SIT investigation team, NIA, all those investigations teams will be doing exploratory based on small clue. I think we used to have one a serial called as an CID, Pradyuman, the main commissioner, as well as Daya and another person used to be there. The team, Daya kuch to gadbad hai. That is the exploratory study based on small hair. They will go to the Dr. 𝐐𝐮𝐞𝐫 for the experiment purpose, and they'll explore, keep on getting the clues and more in-depth study. And the goal of the formal study is to test the hypothesis and answer the question. Obviously, any research study, we have to test the hypothesis. Finally, what is the outcome of hypothesis? We have to interpret it. Next, which among the following methods is commonly used in anthropological research? CID team. कुछ तो गड़बड़ है दया. Next question. Anthropological. First of all, you should understand the term meaning. Anthropological is nothing but humans, related to human. The research related to human. So answer will be option number B. It is. How it is life history, sir? Not about life history. Life history method itself is not there. That is just for the confusion they have given. There is no method of research like that. Ethnography. Yesterday in one of the question I have discussed in a detailed way. Ethnography is a participant observation based research. Yesterday first question it was. If you look at the part 1 video. Participant observation research is an ethnography. Participant observation means human perspective you are trying to understand. Where directly we are going into the tribal area, living with them, understanding their perspective, understanding their lifestyle, everything you are understanding, humanistic perspective. So the participants who are in the study and their behavior, human behavior you are trying to understand, which is also a cultural study, ethnographic research. Which of the following are the stages of meta-analysis? First of all, you should get the meaning of meta. Meta means multiple. Meta means multiple. Stages on meta-analysis. Understand the literature. Conduct new studies to fill the gap. Develop inclusion-exclusion criteria for the study. Locating primary studies. Identify the secondary data. Guys, those who are making a payment for the book, I am repeating again and again. If you are making a payment, fill the form. Without filling a form, we will not get the address to send. Later, after 1 month or after 10 days, don't come back to us with a screenshot and you have not sent it. Without address, think logically. Just make the payment and done. No, not like that. How it will be done? If you make the payment, you have to send the address also. That's why Google form is given to fill everything in one. So answer for this question is option B. Option B is the correct answer. Understand the literature and develop the inclusion exclusion of the criteria of study. Generally, when you do any analysis, the stages of meta-analysis, any research when you do, you have to understand previous research related to your topic, whether previous research has been done or not. If done, what they have done and what are the variables were involved, what are their conclusions and suggestions. Understand that. Later, you will be having certain parameters to be fulfilled in your research. So develop that inclusion things and exclusion thing according to your criteria of the study, other parameters of the study. You have to exclude something, you have to include something. In which way you wanted to conduct the study. Later, locating a primary studies. Who have done the first study in this topic? Identify how they have done it without any base, how they have done it. Like that preliminary study related literature review, you need to identify. Once you identify preliminary related, means first time when they have conducted the study, how they have done, you should understand. Then if you repeat them same now in a different perspective, how the result is going to be there. That's why multiple. When you are applying the research again or multiple ways, it will be considered the meta-analysis. Analysis of analysis is called. Already somebody done a primary study. Again you are going to do, which is meta. The outcome will be different even you are doing the same thing again. If a researcher has to test a hypothesis, whether the difference between the means of two groups are significant, he or she will use. So answer will be option D, student t-test. Question is about testing a hypothesis test. Hypothesizing means of two groups. Mean of group 1. Mean means average. Group 2. So 2 means there are two samples are there. The difference between one sample, other sample of the same population. One population, two sample groups. Then in such case, student t-test will be used. This is also called as a pair t-test. Right? So if you look at here, when normal t-test will be used, when sample size less than 30, population variance is unknown, then in such case t-test, normal t-test. Measure of mean of two samples in one population. In one population, two samples are being drawn. Two samples are there means two means will be there. Two means will be there. Right? Measure of mean of two samples of one population. Generally a t-test, which is student t-test or the pair t-test, we also call it as. They mention two samples. Which of the following are the true case studies? Case study. Case study means in-depth investigation or in-depth analysis of situation is called as a case study. So how the case study will be conducted? Answer will be C. BD. BD. So, in-depth analysis or in-depth case study means in-depth analysis. Normally select a one case. Best example CID. Pradyuman, Daya, Abhijit. And then are three people. They'll select one case study every day. They will kill one person. That is the story of entire CID, right? And D. Integrate the different perspective. Like Daya will say one thing, Pradyuman will say something, Dr. 𝐐𝐮𝐞𝐫 and Sarika will come and say one thing. Next, adopts the most consequent approach to the particular. Adopt a most consequent means in this particular perspective, what will be the next step? Or else, if you think in opposite perspective, what will be the next situation? Like that, in a different situation, the next step will be thought by this case study whenever they are doing an analysis. Doing interdisciplinary research is more challenging than that within the any single discipline. Interdisciplinary means doing a research in commerce and management, commerce and economics, economics and management, economics and the human resource management. Like that, multiple discipline you are mixing and doing a research. That is more challenging as compared to single discipline like commerce, management, or economics. And it is not possible to combine the knowledge from two disciplines. It is not possible, they are saying. Rakesh Jangam, you need to increase your resolution. Answer is option B. Why it is B? Sorry, C answer. Answer is C. Wait. Interdisciplinary, obviously, dealing with the multiple subjects is challenges compared to single subject. See, dealing with the 10 subjects of paper 2 commerce or paper 2, paper 1 is obviously difficult as compared to the single unit like a teaching or research. So, which is why statement 1 correct. Statement 2, they are saying it is not possible to conduct a multidisciplinary research. 100% we can do multidisciplinary. Nowadays, majority of the PhD research are in multidisciplinary. The topic is getting overlapping with other topic. So it is not possible, it's not correct. It is highly, quietly, clearly possible. We can do multidisciplinary research, and multidisciplinary is majorly encouraged by the University Grant Commission also nowadays. Next, identify the sequence of the methodological steps in focus group research. In focus group research. Yes, not is not correct. Good evening, Aarti. Guys, if you like a session, you may hit a like button. If you don't like a session, you may hit a dislike button and unsubscribe to the channel. Answer for this question is B. Because focus group is nothing but simply making similar people as one group. Or else, if not similar, we will be doing a research only on particular group of people. Suppose I have identified the people who are there in Hyderabad and watching IPL cricket, every day, and they are the big fans of the cricket. 500 members, I have done the interview. So I am conducting only the research with this focused 500 group members. How their behavior is changing for every IPL match. Are they doing any betting or not? Are they changing the teams whenever the team is defeating or team is getting win? So like that, I am doing a proper the psychological study of the 500 members, which is a focused group. So I am focusing only on the group of members and identifying their behavior or recording their behavior. In that, the sequence they are asking. See, first develop a problem. Whether it is a focus group or anything, research sequence will be like this one. First, we should define the problem. Later, select the sample. But in the whole process between this 1 and 2, there is a literature review, research design will be there. After that, decide the number of groups. 500 members I have selected. You want to make a 5 groups, like each group 100 members. So decide the number of groups required. Later, prepare the mechanics of study. On what basis you are going to study, what type of questions you want to ask. Finally, prepare the focus group material for each and every group. So how focus group will work? Determine the topic, identify the participants, prepare a guide, choose a location for the group where to meet, and have 6 to 12 participants who wanted to be in the group, and conduct sessions continuously with that focus group members. Next, scientific research has the ultimate goal of explaining any phenomenon by answer for this question is option number D. Law of generalization. Law of generalization. Scientific research means if vaccine is working for the trial members, whenever vaccine was invented for COVID, they have made a trial on certain number of people, or the animals or something. If it is working for them, it has to work for the all COVID patients, right? Then we can say this is generalizable. This is generalizable. Otherwise, if it is working here and not working to all, it is only internally valid. Can't be generalized. So here, scientific research generally go with the law of generalization only. When it is valid for some, it should be valid for all. That's how the experiment result has to be there in scientific research generally. Next, isomorphism, triangulation, principle of parsimony, parameter. Isomorphism, triangulation, principle of Parsimony, parameter. Parameter will give you the answer. Yes, it's a inductive approach, correct. Specific to general. Answer for this question. So given answer is option number D. D is the appropriate answer. Why it is? You should understand. First of all, I know one thing in this. Being a student, I know one thing in this. When I think it in the student, parameter means related to population. So parameter related to population. In this, which is talking about the population, here a property of population it is. Now remaining thing we should match. We know this is 3. Fourth one is 3. Any other option is available? No. Only one option is available, that is 3. Sample statistics, population parameter. PPSS. The inside the population, whatever information is called as a parameter. Inside the sample, whatever the information we call it as statistics. Sample statistics, population parameter. Remaining isomorphism. Isomorphism is a fourth one. Similarity of the structure. Isomorphism means duplicate. My double action. Exactly looks like me. Exactly similar to me. All the feature and the face cut exactly same. That's called as an isomorphism. Morphing. Morphing means they are replicating you as it is. Triangulation means it is mix of qualitative plus quantitative. Qualitative plus quantitative both will be comes under the triangulation. So if you look at triangulation is an option A. When both quantitative qualitative research is conducted, that methodology is called as a triangulation. Principle of parsimony means explaining anything difficult one in a simplest manner, called as a parsimony. Yesterday also similar sentence was there having a similar meaning in yesterday's session. Explaining anything in a simpler manner, we call it as principle of parsimony. That is here most preferable method of explaining in a simplest manner. Next question. Discourse analysis in historical research is associated with whom? Discourse analysis. It is also called as a Foucauldian analysis. Foucauldian analysis, which is nothing but discourse analysis. Discourse means a method of discussion, giving and listening, speaking and listening, speaking and listening. This will give the in-depth of analysis of understanding others' point of view and explaining your own point of view also. which will clear many of the doubts in discussion method, which is Foucauldian approach of analysis in the historical research. When you visit any historical related issues, meeting with the old people, discussing many issues of current which was happened in the history, and when you interact with them, they'll tell their experiences. In the experience sharing process, you will understand many things about the history, what was happened, and what is this person perspective at that time and present. So that's how the discourse analysis can be executed in the research, in historical research especially. Next, which of the following are the examples for violation of the research ethics? Violation of the research ethics. As I told yesterday, DDR, data collection, data interpretation, reporting are the three stages where research ethics are vulnerable in nature. Means if you break the ethics in this three stages, then it is most vulnerable in nature and typical in nature. Highest violation can be possible only here in these three stages. Answer will be C. Because violation of research ethics, they are saying violating participant confidentiality. Once you are collecting a data from someone, you should not share about his personal details with anyone. You should maintain that confidentiality. Later, making a recommendation beyond the scope of data collected. This is generally also recommend ethical violation only, because whatever data collected, based on that only your recommendation should confine. If it is going beyond that, you are faking the things, you are exaggerating the things which is there with you. Ethical violation. And D, changing the data means fabrication or falsification of the data. In research ethics, the violation can happen in three ways: fabrication, falsification, plagiarism. FFP. Fabrication, falsification, plagiarism are the three methods. So changing a data is a plagiarism, fabrication only it is. Changing a data to meet the desired outcome is a violation of ethics. Next, experimental effects are the errors introduced during the collection or analysis of experimental data due to the behavior of the experimenter. Due to the presence of certain cues in experimental setting, the participants form an interpretation of the experimenter's purpose and subconsciously change their behavior to fit that interpretation. Do hit a like button, guys, if you like a session. First timers, subscribe to the channel, join in our groups. Answer for this question is A. Both are correct. Try to understanding the literal meaning of this statement first. See, when you are getting a statement, if you are not understanding a statement, divide the statement first. Break down the statements in a part manner so that it will be easy for you to digest and understanding the meaning. Experimenter. Who is experimenter? The researcher. Generally the researcher. Effects are errors introduced during the data collection. Are the analysis of experimental data due to the behavior of the experimenter. He is committing a mistake either during the data collection stage, he committed an error. After collecting, in the process of editing, coding, tabulating, that's an interpretation part. So in the interpretation part, he committed an error. Both are committed by the researcher only, which is experimental error generally. Experimenter, not experimental. Due to the presence of certain cues in the experimental setting, participants from the interpretation of the experiment's purpose and subconsciously change their behavior to fit the interpretation. So when you are there in the group now, somebody talking about something, 5 members are there in the group. One person is talking about something, the concept or his opinion he is telling. Remaining 4 people are fully agreeing with him and laughing. You don't like that actually. But you are also, yes, very good, very good. You are clapping for him without even liking that. That means subconsciously to fulfill that purpose, to make him happy, or to accept, or to not to reject him in open way. You are just fitting that situation, which is an experimenter. He committed an error there. You are not expressly saying that I don't like this. You committed an error. In research, there should not be any biasness. There should not be any type of partiality. It should be having an independence in doing a research. Should not get influenced by even your personal opinion of the experimenter or the researcher. That's why the present of certain cues subconsciously it is forcing or it is influencing you to change the behavior or the interpretation according to the situation. Next. The major deficiency of pre-experimental design is that they fail to provide comparison groups. Equivalence can be achieved through matching and random assignment. Actually, answer is B. But how it is B? This is complex question, somehow difficult in conceptual also. Conceptual is also it is not properly linking. Why? There are 3 types of research designs. One is pre-experimental design. Second one is true experimental design. Third one is quasi-experimental design. In pre-experimental design, before conducting your research, before conducting your experiment, whatever the research design that you make is generally pre. What is a major disadvantage of this design? You cannot compare because what you think before doing it, it may not be same after doing it. You think that before playing a match, I will hit 100. But after playing a match, the scenario may be different. You may duck out, or you may be 99, or you may be 50 also. It's a scenario will be different. That's why the comparison is very difficult. Even they fail to provide the comparison of pre and post, happening or before happening. We cannot compare because pre-experimental design is purely an estimation based, whereas true experimental design is a reality based. And equivalence can be achieved through matching and random assignment. Generally, equivalence is a term in this context is that the variables. Variables in the pre-experimental design, post-experimental design, in both the ways, it has to balance it properly. Whatever variables before and after, it should be same. And each and every variable, it should match with a dependent variable properly. So there are independent variable, there are dependent variable. It should match properly with a respective dependent variable. If there is a headache, is the effect. For this, I should have a migraine or I should have very restless situation is there. Due to that, I got a headache. So it should match the independent variable properly with the respective dependent variable. I cannot match the restlessness with a kidney failure. Right? It's a both are different. These are not matching. So when you match the proper things in a proper way, the equivalence can be achieved in the variables in a research design. Next. Last and final question, sir. In case study, as I told, it's a detailed analysis, case study method. Researchers collects a detailed information from a limited number of participants. Finding based on the case study research can be used to develop a research for subsequent studies, further scope of study. Last question, everybody try to answer. So answer will be B. Both are correct, but R is not explaining it. Generally, case study method is a detailed analysis of one case, in-depth analysis. It collects a detailed information from a limited number of who are involved in that case. With them only they will interact to collect the data. Finding based on case study can be used to develop further research, obviously. But is this finding the research, finding the findings based on this research is a reason for collecting a detailed information? Is this subsequent study will be a reason for collecting a detailed information? By nature, case study method is doing a detailed description analysis. It is a detailed analysis of the case. But findings for a further scope of research is not a reason for doing it in detail. For identifying the root cause of the problem and the solution is a reason for doing a case study analysis, not for identifying the findings and doing a further scope of research. This is not the reason for it, but individually both the statements are correct, but reason which is not inferring the assertion. So that's about today's section. Both are case study characteristics, correct. But R is not a direct reason for A. Thank you so much. right? So that's about today's questions, and if you like it, you can hit a like button, share with your friends, subscribe to this channel. Do join in our group also, and order this book, which is magazine, at a 216 rupees. You can get this at your doorstep. We will deliver to your home directly. Click on the link given in the comment section or in the first link of the description. Then you will get a one Google form. There only watch the video and fill the Google form with the full address, proper mobile number, and the payment screenshot. More than sufficient. We will add it. And here, if you want to take a set course or the Panchamrit revision course, it is available. Even you can look at the demo classes in the same link which we given. All the link, the TSSET group link, Panchamrit revision course link, all the links are given in a sequence manner, and the WhatsApp Telegram group link also given in sequence manner. You may join there. Thank you so much.